Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking. Events occur and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Well, many thanks for staying with us. We are discussing religion and peace building in Nigeria. We're dissecting how religion can be a vehicle towards lasting peace and unity in Nigeria. Our guest joins us via Zoom. He's Imam Ibrahim Yunusa Ugo, the chairman, Muslim Scholars, JIBWIS, Enugu State. Good morning, Imam. I trust you can hear us clearly.
How are you people?
All right, so we're
Hello?
talking religion and peace building. One would argue that, well, especially the political class, use religion as a tool in dividing the people, especially when it comes to political seasons. But others are suggesting that religion can be a tool actually towards unity and peace building. What's your take on this?
May peace and blessing of Almighty Allah be upon all of us. And a very good morning to you, the anchors, and the good listeners. Very good. This particular topic is a very interesting one, and I think it's timely because most of people, the misconception about what religion be, how people understand religion, mix it up with tribe or culture and co. All these put a very big challenges and misconceptions pertaining the actual meaning of religion. And religion and peace, I think these are two words that work interchangeably with each other. Because religion, if it's a true religion, it simply means peace. Because purpose of religion, God gave us religion as a guide, as a manual in which we can live our life on earth and live a very good, to attain a very good piety and then behave very good to people. So religion in most of the holy books, I think God, the owner of the religion and the one that revealed the holy books, for me as a Muslim, I have the Quran as my holy book. So I supposed to be guided with everything pertaining religion according to the teachings of the Quran and how Allah taught us to be. So religion is supposed to be guided with godly.
So if I'm allowed to quote you, you did say that religion and peace should be used interchangeably, which means you can substitute religion with the word peace. Now, being a Muslim, which you have attested to, how would you relate your religion, peace, and then the jihad, which is a holy war? Is it truly an activity that is rooted in peace? So what is your take on this?
Thank you very much. Like religion, let us define religion according to the scripture, according to the Quran itself, not the way I feel or the way people see it. You understand? If we go to Quran chapter 3 verse 19, it is written there that in the Dina in the Lahi Islam, that the religion before God, the accepted religion before God is peace. And that peace is the full definition of Islam. Islam simply means peace. Even if you Google it, the meaning of Islam means peace. So if religion is peace, then anything pertaining problem or anything that will bring anarchy or trouble should not be attached to religion. But the problem we have is that some people people believe in religion. Like statistically, in the whole world, Nigeria is being rated a very high as a country that believes in God, that worship most. You understand? So anything that somebody wants to tell people so that to draw their attention, he or she must attach it to religion so that people will give him or her a listening ear. And that is why issue of the politicians that you brought, that is where they got our people. Because they have to attach themselves to religion so that people will listen to them. So my Quran says, Inna Dina in the Lahi Islam. The true religion before God Almighty is Islam, which is peace. You understand? So when you now bring issue of jihad, also jihad doesn't mean war. You understand? Originally, jihad doesn't mean war. What jihad means is to strive. To strive. Only where war will come into religion is when people come to prevent you, to say, no, you cannot worship God. Then now you will now say, no, I have to worship God. God created me. You understand? I'm owned by God, so it's my right to worship. You understand? That is only where anybody who claims his religion can now come out and fight. Because you have to fight. And the fight now is not by sword, it's not by gun. You will bring up the make your point known to people. Let people understand from the angle where you are coming as somebody who is a religionist. You understand? So it's a misinterpretation to explain jihad as a war. You understand? War there can come in, but the only way where war can come in is when you run and you cannot run anymore. You understand? When you push people to the wall, they cannot break the wall, so they will have to fight back. That is the only way. If not, jihad simply means for one to be righteous, for one to strive in the cause of truth. You understand? For one to prevent evil in a society, you're already a jihadist. For you to strive that wrong thing must be stopped in a society. In fact, even if it's in a family, whenever you institute a right thing and stand on it firmly, that this good thing has to happen in your family, you're already fighting a jihad in your family. So that is the concept of jihad.
All right. So you did mention that there's a lot of misrepresentation of
Yes.
of things in the religious or in the religious space, not just with Islam. There's so much misunderstanding and misrepresentation of these teachings, not just Islam, like I mentioned. Now, would you say that
Yes.
peace has actually eluded Nigeria, since there's a lot of misconception and misrepresentation? Can we really achieve peace in Nigeria through religion, as misrepresented as it is?
Yes.
I hope you can hear us clearly.
We can achieve peace and understanding and harmony through religion. But that is the only way we need help. We can achieve that through collective effort. That is, me as the religion, as the cleric, you, the media person, and the government as the guide and the owner of the society. If these three units join hands together to understand what religion means, will be very, very simple and it will be very beneficial. Because, let me say, for instance, me as a religionist, if I can preach my religion rightly as it is due in the Holy Book, and let people know that religion is all about worship, and to let people know that my Quran lets me know that La ikraha fi din, there is no compulsion in religion. Religion is when you make up your mind and decide you want to worship the only one God. And through Islam, then you now come to Islam, and then you now become one amongst us that are Muslims. Then if that is the true definition of religion, that there is no compulsion, then what will now bring the problem between a Muslim and a non-Muslim? It's not there. Then also the media people, you also have to showcase what truly the teaching of religion is, to know what to broadcast. Then the government will now come as a father, as a guide, that will now give avenue for people to give expression of mind, and make people compulsory, make laws that will allow people to teach what the true religion is, and in a true perfect way with a guide. If these three units are being gotten, then peace can be achieved through religion, because God is the owner of the world. God is the owner of humanity, and we human beings, we are just like, we are transcendent. Before we are not here, now we are here, and one day we are not here. So which means we're supposed to showcase as the image of God in a rightful way and with the coexistence, and also to make sure that we should know that my belief should not affect your belief. In Surah Al-Ikhlas, that is Quran chapter 96, it's being stated there, "Lakum dinukum waliya din." My religion, let my religion be for me, and let your own belief also be for you. But you have to live in a society where God created us without no one molesting each other. You understand? So that is how religion can bring the peace. If we understand the concept of religion, the meaning of religion is peace. So anybody who wants to know, who wants to learn peace, should run to the religion. The Holy Book is there to guide you. The Quran is there. The Bible is there. So why can't we turn back to our Holy Books as a guide? If we allow the Holy Book to guide us, and whatever you do, you now check, what does God say about it? God is the most high. He's the ever knower. He knows what is good for us, and he plans what is good for us. Until we run away from God, so all problems we have will be solved. But if we run away from God, we can't have anywhere. We'll be running scatter without solving any problem. So thank you.
All right, Imam, there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect from what you're saying to the reality on ground, given some of the, the chaos sometimes we hear about in the north, talking about Islamization of Nigeria, talking about, the Muslims fighting with the Christians and things like that. Now, this is what is on ground in Nigeria. How can the leaders, you mentioned stakeholders, the government, you mentioned the media, you mentioned religious leaders. Now, given what's on ground, how can these people come together? Who will lead the advocacy, seeing what's already on ground, especially in places in the north?
Yeah. Thank you very much, my sister. I think let us also return back to the Holy Book. The Quran says, what I used to quote is that you can Google it yourself. You can check it later. And even our listeners, they can Google it and check if what I'm saying is, I'm just saying it to be sweet in my mouth, or I mean what I say. If you go to Quran chapter 41, verse 33, he says, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. He says, who is better in speech? Who is better in speech? Who does people accept their speech more? Who does people give attention to their speech more than he who says, وَقَالَ إِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, than people who say they are preaching righteousness? I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you that it will benefit you. I want to tell you that it will take you forward. And truly, he claimed that he is guided by the religion. That is Islam there. That is peace. That he came in peace. Quran chapter 41, verse 33. So anybody who claims that what he is speaking is representing religion, he draws people's attention. People will give him a listening ear. But behold, men will say this, but in their mind, what they are saying is opposite. Mm-hmm. But in Quran chapter 5, verse 44, is this stated there that وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. That if one fails to judge, fails to teach, fails to represent, fails to interpret, let people know, you understand, God's guide, that is the real truth of the religion, then these people is no better than unbelievers. So God doesn't judge people with what they say. He judges people with what you think in your mind and how you present it and the reference. So in Islam, anything you say, we don't believe, or if you can lay a reference. So for this, as you use the north, for instance, I mean, when you say north there, I think you may mean the politicians, or you may mean
All right, it seems as though our guest is having network challenges. Do stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking. Events occur and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.